Hey guys, what's going on? It's Rush, just talking a little bit of Pittsburgh Penguin hockey and everything that's transpired and likely to keep transpiring since we got knocked out by the Rangers. That is 5 consecutive years since we've won the Cup that the Pittsburgh Penguins have had a disappointing playoff run. Just a quick rundown of what happened those 5 years. 2010, we lose to the Canadiens in Game 7 of Round 2. Game that I felt like we should have won. I was absolutely furious after that game. I really thought we should have won that game. But, Sid and Cook took a penalty early, and next thing you know, it's Fleury's letting everything in. He let 4 goals in on 13 shots. He gets pulled. Brent Johnson did a good job in relief of him, only let 1 goal in, and the Canadiens were coming pretty hard. But we lose that 5-2, and it was a really disappointing one. 2011, I thought we played really well against Tampa Bay in a lot of areas, but we lose 1-0. Dwayne Rolson shuts us out. Keep in mind, we didn't have Crosby, we didn't have Cook, we didn't have Malkin. People say Cook's terrible, Cook's useless, all he does is injure people. Not disputing that he hurts people, and he's had some dirty hits. He had a dirty hit this year against Colorado. Not disputing that at all. I felt like he should have been suspended for that. But Cook is still a very useful player, and if he was in that Tampa Bay series, it could have been. We lost by 1 goal, in Game 7. He was there. Could have been different if Malkin and Crosby were there. I think Malkin has made Dwayne Rolson his bitch. I really think we could have won that if even just Malkin was there. 2012, we're slated to go all the way. We're, Cup favorites and yada, yada, yada. Well, one offside goal by Danny Briere that shouldn't have counted turns the whole series on its head, and we're forced, we basically just fell apart after that. We go down 3-0. We did fight back, made it 3-2, but we lost in Game 6. Highlight of that year, Jordan Staal was phenomenal in the playoffs, and it's a shame that we had to trade him. And I don't blame Ray Shero for trading him. I love Jordan Staal. He's one of my personal favorite players of all time that's currently playing right now, although he hasn't done next to anything with Carolina except for just hang out with his brother. It's a shame that we had to let him go, but we did fetch a nice return for him. Brandon Sutter has been very good for Pittsburgh. I have a lot of faith that Brian Dumoulin could eventually be an NHL-level defenseman. And then Derek Pouliot, the pick we got from them, 8th overall, 2012, apparently is a Keith Yandle-type defenseman, so we could definitely use that. And I think if he's half as good as Mata, and he should be slightly better than Mata with a higher pick if the people that do the drafting are right on there, the scouts, it should work out pretty well for us. Derek Pouliot, I have a lot of faith in that. So Ray Shero is gone now, so that's a shame that Ray Shero is gone, but Dan Byslma is not. But TSN and Bob McKenzie feel that he sealed his fate last year when he had the opportunity to get rid of Dan Byslma, but opted to give him an extension. And another interesting thing that somebody speculated, I believe it was Rob Rossi, maybe somebody else, don't want to misquote them, that the reason they didn't let them both go is because they didn't want them to hop to a team together. Because there are teams that need coaches and there are teams that need GMs. Washington Capitals come to mind. Ray Shero and Dan Byslma in Washington would be a little scary, because Washington has been terrible against Pittsburgh. They've missed the playoffs this year. They could definitely use a pick-me-up for sure, and I think Ray Shero would be leaps and bounds better than George McPhee. George McPhee has been a joke the last few years. He can't seem to get any deals to go his way, so that's why he got fired. Plus, Ray Shero in Vancouver would be a good fit over there. They're already starting to get the drafting going over there. So there's going to be a lot of free agents that we're going to lose. Marcel Gottsch and Lee Stempniak, the 2 guys that we acquired at the deadline, Ray Shero acquired at the deadline. I like Gottsch. I think he helps the bottom 6. Don't know if he'll be staying. Lee Stempniak filled in the blank for Dupuis, and he went to the 3rd line. Don't think he'll be staying. So I wouldn't mind either of them staying, but I hope Gottsch over Stempniak, but we'll see what happens. Jokinen and Niskanen are the 2 guys that I would love to see back. Niskanen was phenomenal for us. He's a good right-handed defenseman, and he's definitely a top 4 at the very least. In some scenarios, he can be top 2. So we'll see if he stays or not, but I don't foresee him staying based on the money he could get. And in Jokinen, I'd love to see him back too. And then Neil and Letang could be traded. Who knows? Could go either way on them. I don't know what this new GM's going to go. Just hope we have a good NHL draft. So I want to thank all my Pittsburgh Penguins fellow fans for watching this video, and all my hockey fans on my channel. Please like and subscribe, and I want to thank you for watching the video. Rush out.